Do you know what the most challenging part of social media is? It's not one thing, it's three. First, you have to fill in the blank page with content. Next, create the image and resize it for different platforms. Finally, upload it to all social media channels at the right time. But what if I told you could complete all this content design scheduling in under 2 minutes? That too with just a single click. In this video, I'll show you how to automate the entire social media process with AI. I'm Brian from Website Learners, and let's get started. So we are going to automate a social media in just 3 parts. The first part is to set up the N8N automation platform. N8N is an automation tool that lets you connect different apps and services to automate tasks. The best part about N8N is that you need to set up this tool and the workflow only once. After that, you're all set to use it as you want with just a single click. Now this is how our final workflow will look once you complete all the setup. Once you click execute workflow, the automation will start. I know it looks complicated, but I'm going to simplify it for you. Before we start to set up the workflow, let me quickly show you how this entire automation process will work. As you can see, there are 2 different workflow nodes here. This part of the workflow is for generating the content and the images for your posts using AI. This workflow will handle publishing your posts on social media. Once you start the workflow, it'll ask you to either enter a specific topic or a URL to create a social media post. Then enter these details, and if you click submit, the automation generates social media posts with unique copies and images, and it will be saved in Google Sheets like this. If you change the status from draft to approved, the second workflow starts to run and automatically publishes the post across platforms. First, let's see how to install N8N to import these workflows. So to install N8N, we are going to do 3 simple steps. The first step is to get the N8N hosting. Now there are 3 different ways you can use N8N. The first option is to host N8N locally on your own computer. The first option is free, but it is more complex to set up. The second option is using WebSpace Kit for hosting N8N. This is the most quickest and the low-cost way to host N8N. This costs just $5 per month or 400 Indian rupees per month. It's easy to use with zero setup required. You also get unlimited workflow executions and unlimited active workflows. The third option is the N8N Cloud, which is the official platform by N8N. This costs £24 per month, which is approximately $27. It's much more expensive and the features are limited too. In this video, we're going to purchase N8N from WebSpace Kit, where we get unlimited workflow executions and unlimited active workflows. Since N8N is open source, you get much more benefits when you host it on your own on a platform like WebSpace Kit. So to host N8N on WebSpace Kit, just click the link in the description and it'll take you to this page. Now scroll down and click choose plan. Here choose how long you want the hosting for. I'm going to choose 12 months. If you choose 24 months, this gives you the best price, which is $5 per month. Then fill in these details, enter your payment details and click checkout. So now we have successfully made the payment and we've got our N8N hosting. Click continue to client area. Now click here and you can see that our plan is active. Now let's move on to the second step, which is to set up N8N. To do that, click go to setup. Here fill in these details. Click next and it'll take you to this page. So now we have successfully set up N8N. Here you can create a workflow like this to set up the automation. But setting up the workflow from scratch can be time consuming, especially if you're new to N8N. But don't worry, to make things easier, I've already prepared a workflow template which is available in WebSpace Kit. So let's go to the third step, which is to import the workflow. To import the template, first we need to download the template. To do that, go back to WebSpace Kit, scroll down, and here you'll find different workflow templates for various AI agents. And since we are creating a workflow for auto-publishing social media content, let's select that and click download. And it'll be downloaded to your computer. Once you've downloaded the workflow template, to import it, go back to N8N, click start from scratch, then click here, select import file, and upload the file you just downloaded. And as you can see here, the workflow has been imported. Before we set up the workflow, let me quickly show you how this entire automation process will work. As you can see, there are 2 different workflow nodes here. This part of the workflow is for generating content and images for your posts using AI. And this workflow will take care of publishing your posts on social media. Okay, now let's move on to the second part of this video, which is to set up the workflow to create the content. Here you can see that some of the nodes have warning signs, which means they need to be set up to make sure everything works perfectly. So to set up the workflow, we are going to do 4 simple steps. The first step is to connect Tavily to the workflow. Tavily is an AI tool that searches the web and finds accurate information about any topic you want. This helps the AI to generate more relevant social media posts. So to connect it, just click on the Tavily node, then click here and select Create New Credential. Here we need to enter the API key from the Tavily node. To get the API key, just click the link in the description and it will take you to this page. Here log in using your Google account. Then click on this plus symbol, enter a name and click Create. As you can see, the API key has been generated, so let's copy it. Go back to the workflow, paste it here, then enter a name for your API key, click Save. Now scroll down and paste the same API key after bearer like this. Let's close this and go back to the workflow. So now we have successfully connected Tavily to the workflow and you can see that the warning sign has been removed. Once you've connected Tavily to the workflow, next let's move on to the second step, which is to connect OpenAI to the workflow. OpenAI is used to generate the content and it takes the research from Tavily and turns it into creative social media posts for each platform. So to connect OpenAI with the workflow, just click on this node, then click here, select Create New Credential. Here we need to enter the API key from OpenAI. So to get the API key, click the link in the description and sign in with your Google account. Once you're signed in, click Create New Secret Key, enter a name for your API key and click Create Secret Key. Here you can see the API key has been generated. Now just copy it, go back to this tab, paste it here and click Save. Now let's go back to the workflow and check it out. Here you can see the warning sign has been fixed and we have successfully connected OpenAI to the workflow. As you can see, the other OpenAI nodes are still showing the warning signs. To resolve this, just open the nodes and it will be connected automatically. Once you connect OpenAI to the workflow, next let's move on to the third step, which is to connect Google Drive to the workflow. Google Drive is used to store all the images generated by the workflow. The image files will be saved here and used later when publishing your social media post. So to connect Google Drive, just click on the node, then click here and select Create New Credential. And here we need to enter the client ID and the client secret. To get that, click the link in the description and it will take you to this page. Now click here. Next, click on Create New Project. Here enter a name for your project and click Create. Then click here. As you can see, the project has been created. Then click here, click API and Services, then click OAuth Consent Screen and click Get Started. Here enter the name and the contact email ID. Next choose External. Here enter your email address. Click here and click Create. Once you've entered all the details, next click Create OAuth Client. Here choose Web Application and enter the name for the project. Now we need to add the redirect URL from N8N to Google Cloud Console to enable permissions. So let's click Add URL. Go back to N8N. Copy this and paste it here. Then click Create. First let's copy the client ID and paste it into N8N. Now get the client secret. Click here. Copy the client secret and paste it into N8N. Once you've done that, we need to enable the Google Drive API key. To do that, go back to Google Console. Search for Google Drive here. Select this and click Enable. Now click OAuth Consent Screen. Click Audience, then click Publish tab and click Confirm. Now go back to the workflow, click Save and sign in with your Google account. And you'll find this kind of a message, and that's completely fine. So just click on Advanced, click on this URL, then accept all these permissions and click Continue. Let's close this page, then click here and choose the folder where you want to save the posts in the drive. So now our Google Drive is connected, so let's close this. As you can see, the warning sign has been removed, so just open and close all the Google Drive nodes, and we have successfully connected Google Drive to the workflow. Next, let's go to the last step, which is to connect Google Sheets to the workflow. Google Sheets is where all the generated content like the post text, image links, and status will be stored. But this makes it easy for you to manage, edit, and approve posts before they are published. So to connect Google Sheets to the workflow, click on the node, click here, and select Create New Credential. Here we need to enter the client ID and the client secret. And since we've already generated it, let's go to the Google Cloud Console, copy the client ID, and paste it here. Then copy and paste the client secret. And once you're done, next, let's enable Google Sheets in the Google Cloud Console. This gives N8N permission to access your sheets. Just search for Google Sheets here and select this. Here click Enable. Now let's go back to N8N. Click Save and then sign in using your Google account. Now select all these permissions to access the Google Drive. Click Continue. So now we've connected Google Sheets to our workflow. Now to organize the content and the images properly in Google Sheets, we've created a ready-made Google Sheets template. To get the template, just click the link below this video and it'll take you to this Google Sheet template. Now to upload it to the workflow, go to File and click Make a Copy. Rename the file as you want and click Make a Copy. Now click here, then change the access to anyone and the role to editor. Click Done. Now let's go back to N8N, select here and select the Google Sheet we just created. Next, click here and select Social Media Post. Let's close this and go back to the canvas. And as you can see, the warning sign has been removed, which means we have successfully connected Google Sheets to the workflow. Just open and close all the other nodes with the warning signs once and they'll get connected automatically. Once you've set up all the nodes, just click Save. Alright. Now we have successfully set up the workflow to create the social media content and it's fully functional now. So let's see how it works. Just click Execute Workflow and you can see that we have got the form. Here you can choose how to generate the content, either by entering a topic or a niche or by using a URL of an article. I'll choose topic or niche. Fill in these details like the topic you want to make the content for. You can even enter your brand color to design a post exactly how you want. For example, if you want to create a post in blue and red, just type those colors here and the workflow will automatically design the post using them. And finally, a short description to enter your design inputs. Once you've entered these details, click Submit. And as you can see, the workflow gives us the topics to generate the social media post. Choose the topic you like. I'll choose this one and click Submit again. As you can see, the automation has started to run and the social media post is getting generated. Once it is done, all the generated content will be sent directly to the Google Sheet. So let's open the Google Sheets. And here you can see the automation has generated the idea, unique social media copy for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, along with the images. So these are all the images that we created using the workflow. You can even make changes by editing the content directly in the sheet. Next, let's see how we can generate content by entering an article URL. So let's say you came across a blog post or an article online and you want to turn that information into a post for your social media. You can just copy the URL, paste it here, and the content will be created for you automatically. So just click on Execute window. Now click here and choose Article URL. Here paste the URL. Click Submit. And as you can see, the workflow has started. And it's done. So let's see the output. Here you can see that the content and the image have been generated based on the reference article that we entered earlier. Impressive, right? This is how you can create engaging social media content along with images using automation. Now we have the content and the images ready for publishing. Now if you change the status from draft to approved, the workflow will then automatically publish the post across all social media platforms. Next, let's go to part 3 of this video, which is to set up the auto-publish workflow. So to set up the workflow, let's go to N8N. And as you can see, some of the nodes are the same as in the previous workflow. And since we've already set them up, let's open them once and they'll be automatically connected. To set up the remaining social media nodes, we are going to do 3 steps. The first step is to connect Instagram and Facebook to the workflow. Since they are both part of Meta, we only need to connect them once using a single access token. Before we start to generate the access token, please make a note. To make this auto-publish automation work, you'll need to have specific accounts. You need a Facebook account, a Facebook page, and an Instagram business account that must be linked to a Facebook page. If you want to learn how to link your Facebook page with your Instagram business account, you can watch this video. Once you've got all this ready, let's generate the access token to connect Facebook and Instagram to our workflow. To generate the access token, just click the link in the description and it'll take you to this page. Here, click Get Started. Click Continue. Enter your phone number. Enter your OTP to verify the account. Here, choose Developer and click Complete Registration. Here, click Create App. Enter your app name and contact email ID. Then click Next. Scroll down, select Other. Again, click Next. Here, choose Business and click Next again. Now click Create App. Go to App Settings. Click Basic. And here you need to enter the URL of your privacy policy page to make your developer account live. I'm going to enter the URL of my website's privacy policy page. And once you do that, click Save Changes. And finally enable this to make the account live. Next, to get the access token, click Add Product and click Setup under Facebook here. Then let's click Add Product. Click Setup on Instagram. Next, go to Tools and click Graph API Explorer. Here we need to enable a few permissions, so just click here and enable all these. And click Generate Access Token. Click Continue. Here you'll see that the Meta developer account is requesting access to your Facebook pages for auto-publishing. You can either select specific pages manually or just go with the first option to grant access to all the current pages and any new ones that you will create in the future. So I'm going to select the first option. And once you're done, click Save. Then click Got It. Now type me/accounts here. And click Submit. As you can see, the access token has been generated. Now let's copy the access token. Next, go to Tools. Go to the access token debugger. And paste it here. Now if you click on Debug, you can see that this token will expire in 1 hour. So to extend the token validity, click here. And the new access token will be generated with the extended expiry. Let's copy this token. Once we got the access token, let's go to the workflow, click on this node, then click here and select Create New Credential. Paste the access token here, click Save, and once you've entered the token, close this page and enter the Facebook ID. To get the Facebook ID, let's go back to this tab. Let's copy the Facebook ID and enter the Facebook ID. Let's go back to Canvas, and as you can see, the warning signs have been removed and we have successfully connected Facebook. So next, let's connect Instagram to the workflow by using the same ID. Now in N8N, there's no separate Instagram nodes, so we'll use the Facebook node to connect Instagram. Let's open it. So go back to the Meta tab and click here. Now search for Instagram business account here. Select this and again click Submit. As you can see, the Instagram ID has been generated, so let's copy it and paste it into N8N. Let's go to the canvas and open the next node. Enter the same ID here. And as you can see, the warning signs have been removed. We have successfully connected Instagram to the workflow. And next, let's move on to the second step, which is to connect Dropbox to the workflow. To post images on Instagram, it needs a direct image link. So we are going to use Dropbox to upload the image and get a direct link to post on Instagram. To do that, just click on the node, click here, and select Create New Credential. Here we need to enter the access token from Dropbox, so let's get that. Click the link in the description and it will take you to this page. Now click Create Apps, then sign in using your Google account. Select this, then choose the second option here. Enter a name for your app. Click here to agree to the terms and click Create App. Now we need to enable some permissions to generate the access token. And to do that, click Permissions, then enable the following permissions. Click Submit. Let's go back to Settings, then click Generate. Copy the token ID, paste it into N8N. Let's save this and go back to the canvas. Next, click on this node and paste the token ID after bearer. As you can see, the warning signs have been fixed, which means we have successfully connected Dropbox to the workflow. And finally, let's move on to the last step, which is to connect LinkedIn to the workflow. To connect LinkedIn, click on this node, click here, and select Create New Credential. Here we need to enter the client ID and the client secret from LinkedIn. And to get that, just click the link in the description and it will take you to this page. Here click Create App, enter the app name, then enter your LinkedIn page URL. If you don't have a LinkedIn page, just click here and it will take you to this page. Here choose a company and enter your details to create your account. Once you're done, click here to agree to the terms. Now enter your LinkedIn page here. Next, we need to enter the privacy policy page URL of your website. I'm going to enter my privacy policy page here. Then add a logo. Click here to agree to the terms. Then click Create App. Next, let's enable the auto-publish access for LinkedIn. To do that, here click Request Access. Click on this box to agree to the terms and click Request Access. Next, scroll down and request the access for this by following the same process. Now click Auth. And here you can see the client ID and the client secret. Copy them and paste them into N8N. Next, we need to paste this redirect URL into LinkedIn. To do that, just copy this URL and go back to LinkedIn. Now click here, select Add Redirect URL and paste it here. Once you pasted the URL, click Update. Now let's go back to the workflow. Disable these two options. Next, click Connect My Account. Then sign in using your LinkedIn account. Now click Allow for N8N to access LinkedIn and publish posts. Let's close this and make sure person is selected here. And here you can see your LinkedIn profile name. So just select it. And we have successfully connected LinkedIn to the workflow. Alright, our workflow is now ready. So let's see how it works. Let's go to the Google Sheets where we have generated the content. Let's change the status of this post to approved. Let's go back to N8N. Now if you want to schedule the post for auto-publishing, you can set it to run at a specific time or repeat at intervals. For example, if you set it to every Monday at 10 AM, the workflow will automatically start to run and publish your content on social media platforms. Just click on the schedule trigger node, set the time interval, and once everything is set, to start the workflow, turn this on to activate the workflow. and click Execute Workflow to start the automation. As you can see, the workflow has been executed successfully. So whenever we change the status from draft to approved, the workflow will automatically start to publish the post on social media. Now if we open the Google Sheet, here you can see that the status has been changed to publish and the post has been successfully published on all social media platforms. That's it guys. This is how you can build an automation workflow to create and publish social media content automatically. To start building this workflow for yourself, the first step is to launch N8N on WebSpace Kit. And to do that, you can just click here and it'll take you to the same page that we saw in the first step. So go ahead and start creating workflows. Also, you can get our latest videos directly on WhatsApp. You can just scan the QR or tap the link and hit follow. And that's it. So thanks for watching guys. Take care. Bye bye.